I didn't have any G.I. Joe or Action Force stuff growing up, but a lot of it has snuck into my subconscious over the years through comics and the odd episode of the cartoon on YouTube. There's plenty of cool stuff to enjoy, and I've picked up the odd piece here and there, but the majority of the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover releases have left me fairly cold so far. It's mostly a price thing, but even then, they do tend to plummet pretty quickly in price. The robot modes just don't really click with me either. But when I saw they were doing a Thunder Machine Soundwave, and it had dropped pretty heavily in price, I was like, alright, Gavin, okay, time to contribute to the economy here, quit messing around. And once I had it in hand, I'm glad that I did. I am a hero, you might say. There's a surprising amount of bang for your reduced buck, so let's start off with the vehicle mode. I think it does a good job overall in terms of looks. As I say, I never had a Thunder Machine growing up, so I found a comparison on a channel called Action Robot Punch. They do a lot of cool toy vehicle stuff, and overall I do prefer the darker, more muted palette of the original, but considering that the new toy can look so close and turn into a big robot, well done to everyone involved. It's so sturdy in this form, it feels like a toy that doesn't transform, You could have told me this was just a car, and I'm stupid enough to believe you. It does have that kind of weird, fudgy, sweaty plastic going on you tend to find on larger toys where they're trying to keep the production costs down, and that becomes even more apparent later, but for now, it's a cool vehicle mode. Accessories wise, we've got this massive booster on the back with a sweet antenna sticking up so you can still get your fucking radio stations, and the big rammer up the front, yes, it's all here. The big twin guns on the front rotate when you pull the bullet belt through, and that's cool, isn't it? There's some nice detail going on with the two seats. There's some little plates for, someone to stand on. But who? Who would have the guts to drive this thing? That's where these disgusting Dreadnoks come in. Packaged on their own cards, both Zartan and Zarana are included with the set, and they are bad bastards. See, this is what I want as a fair-weather G.I. Joe fan. This is how you get me. Small, simple toys, an accessory or two, make loads of them, make them easily available, make them affordable. I'll buy the lot. Well, I'll buy as many as I can before you move it all to speciality sites and American retailer exclusives that I can't get, but for a while you'd really have a chance to fleece me. Each comes with a base, a school bag, and a weapon, and I like them. They're very goofy, as I think G.I. Joe villains should be. Zarana has a badass hairdo, a weird spiky rifle weapon thing, and yeah, they're good. Zartan comes with a backpack which contains a special Vincent Price mask, and it's looking good. The Master of Disguise strikes again. Nobody will be any the wiser. We also get a gun for shooting at nobody in particular. Open up the side doors and, hey! Hey you, come on! Interactivity between these two franchises is what makes this set work, and I know it's the least we can expect from the set, but it's cool, look at them, sitting in their car that is also Soundwave the Transformer. Put them on these footplates if you want, I'm no your Dowie man. Another accessory is this, leash, what's that for? Well, it's probably my favourite part of this set, as it's for Ravage. Look at them, they're a little tape. Transform Ravage, and it really works in this blue with red highlights. Nice and posable, get the leash on, and there we go, genuinely fun in-set storytelling going on. What's the dynamic here? We'll never know. Okay, time to get this Thunder Machine on its feet. And this is where... It's not where things fall apart or anything. I mean, things do come apart. It's the very nature of the entire franchise. You know what I mean. It's just, this is where you notice that cheaper plastic. It feels a lot more... we're trading that hefty, stocky feel for something less stable and a little bit more wobbly. The transformation is super simple. You start off removing the grills at the front, the gun and the big rocket engine thing at the back, before separating the front of the vehicle for the arms and essentially folding out the legs, popping out the head, put on the accessories, and you're there. And looking at the boy, Soundwave, you might say, it's not bad. I think it's probably the Transformers character from this line that gives up the least to make the alt mode work. Maybe you like that mishmash of designs they did for Bumblebee and Megatron, but I don't, alright? He's certainly a big lad, that's for sure. He feels almost cheap when you handle him. Little things like the cassette drawer opening with the ferocity of Mudeng's hiccups, or the Kinder Egg thickness of the plastic in some places. But he is posable enough once you consider the honking great cannons on his shoulders. And there's parts of him I really do like. The red feet, I wouldn't mind seeing that become a thing. Zartan and Zarana can hitch a ride on the back too and be carried around like they're in a Lord of some Rings. Soundwave even gets his own big knife, which I really do like as it's not entirely a one-way street for the G.I. Joe universe. Soundwave's getting something his size from their world, Overall this set is decent, but not worth the RRP. I got this for what, was it 50? That's about right. I'm sure it will drop more, but I don't feel like too much of an idiot for buying it at that price. And there's Cup on the horizon, who looks to have all the same problems and more, but I'll end up getting it because it's Cup and I am a massive hypocrite. Oh, before we go, we should show off the winner of the Beachcomber colouring contest we had a while back. Matt from Sloth and Crocodile, and now TF Nation fame, was kind enough to help pick an ultimate winner to have their design made a reality, and the winner was Reception with their design for Gnarly, a renegade robot who hunts Earth's forest as a haunted dune buggy. So this will be on its way to you. Congratulations. But Matt also made the generous decision to include 2 other winners because viewer Sean submitted 2 cool Masters of the Universe designs which did get pipped at the post, but the designs his kids Petal and Lark made, those were too cute not to bring into the real world, so they will also be winging their way to them. And finally, but not least, thanks to everyone who supports at patreon.com/TRDQ, especially our patron Scott Blessman, whose favourite toy is the Vintage Collection Millennium Falcon, and I have my own Star Wars fan at home, Scott, and it's a wonderful thing to behold. You're all right, bye.